All right, Mookie Betts is back to try out this metric measurements assignment. It's up top. We have 3 slides again. So today's slide, the first slide has questions 1 to 3 that I'll show you. Tomorrow's slide is questions 4 to 6, and Friday's slide is questions 7 to 9. You're more than welcome to work ahead. And if you have questions, hopefully this video will help. So I'm going to go look at my work, open my slide, and remember when we started to open it, if you're using the iPad like me, we're not actually in it yet. We need to push the square arrow in the right corner, and that'll open it in Slides. So the first thing we need to do is take a picture of a leaf. If you already have the image in your photos, that's fine. You hit plus, image, and then photos. Since I haven't got it yet, I'm going to go from camera. A good photo is on a plain background like this white piece of paper, and we start at the edge. So I have my leaf all the way to the edge, and I need to fix it just a little bit. And I want to include the whole leaf and be over it. I don't want to be looking at the side of it. That's not going to be helpful. And I'm using centimeters, this smaller scale. I take the picture, I use the photo. The photo is gigantic. So I can double tap it and crop it, and then I'm good. Oh, I made a mistake. I cropped out part of the leaf, but don't worry, it's still there. If you double tap it, the whole photo is actually there, even though you crop out parts of it. And so I'm going to crop this a little better and get that back edge again. All right, that looks good. I hit the check box, and now I can grab a corner and shrink it down and put it in its spot. Now I actually needed to look at that more carefully to see what I got to, and I got to almost 16 centimeters if I'm looking at that. So 16 centimeters is what I need to record. And so if I zoom in, .9, because it was just one dash back. To get inches, I can either measure in inches or I can do math. So I can split screen and I can measure what I just discovered. So 15.9, and I can divide that by 2.54 centimeters per inch, and I get 6.2598 blah 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 blah. So I'm going to round that to 2 decimal points. I'm going to call it 6.26 inches. So before I had a slightly different measurement. 6.26. To go further, I need to know some more math. So if I go to my other website, in my blog, I have a picture showing us what we need, like that, how to get from centimeters to inches. So I need to fix that, that's wrong, but centimeters divided by 2.54 gives us inches. To go from inches to yards, I need to divide by 36. So the number I just had, so 6.26 divide by 36 inches per yard, and I get 0.173888888. So I'm going to write most of that number. 173, and I'm going to round that up to a 9, or let's just do 89. I'm going to take this number and divide this number by 1,760 yards per mile to find the number of miles. And so it's a big, tiny number, 0.000040988. miles. So 6.26 inches is 0.0000988 miles. That's a ridiculous way to measure things. For centimeters, it's a lot easier. To go from centimeters to meters, I have my 15.9 centimeters, and I'm going to divide by 100. And I get an answer that looks a lot nicer. So I get 0.159 meters. To go to kilometers, I divide this by 1,000. Oops. And I get 0.000159. Because the metric system is based on tens, hopefully you notice that my numbers actually didn't change. I just added zeros and moved the decimal point. And I didn't actually need the calculator to do that. And so we have a tool that will hopefully help us see that. That tool is this decimal hopper that I'm going to talk more about tomorrow. Now, the other thing I need to do is describe my leaf in three specific details, incomplete sentences, but I can't just repeat its size. So if I look at my leaf, I can talk about its shape, how it has a certain number of points, how it has damage. While it's a mostly green leaf, parts are turning yellow and parts look brown and splotchy. I can talk about the leaf veins, how they all branch off a middle vein. And I can talk about what type of tree it is if I know. So this is a tulip tree, also known as a yellow poplar. So I can write lots of things there. That's day one. Day two, excuse me, second slide. I, this morning, took 10 quarters and weighed them. And 10 quarters weighs 56.5 grams. And I'm just going to help you out. If 10 quarters weighs 56.5 grams, then 1 quarter on average weighs 5.65 grams. And we can abbreviate grams with a G if we want. To go to milligrams or kilograms, we need to decimal hop. And so the decimal needs to move 3 hops to the left to get 1,000 times smaller to go to kilograms. So we actually keep the same numbers, and we just get some zeros. The decimal goes the other way to get milligrams. So we could take our 5.65 and multiply it by 1,000, but it's the same as moving the decimal point the number stays the same, the decimal point moves around. These are all the same weight, the average weight of a quarter. The fun part now is if I weigh 70 kilograms, how many quarters do I weigh? There's no question mark there. That's better. So in this case, you would take my weight, 70, and you would divide it by that last number. And so it would be great to split screen the calculator again. So 70 divided by that really tiny number, 0.00565. And I'm not going to hit enter. You'll figure it out and figure out how many quarters would equal my weight. For degrees Fahrenheit, you can just check the weather app to see what the temperature is and then switch it to Celsius. But to get degrees Kelvin, you might want to ask Siri. So, for instance, I can ask Siri So tomorrow's really easy. Friday, also not that bad. So most soda cans are roughly 355 milliliters. To turn that into liters, we need to decimal hop again or divide milliliters by 1,000. To turn it into kiloliters, we need to divide it by 1,000 again or decimal hop 3 times. To find out how much water is in LaFonda's tank, I measured it, and we just multiply the length, width, and height. So 91 times 46 times 24, and that'll give us cubic centimeters, which will be a big number. A nice trick is every cubic centimeter is equal to a milliliter. So whatever answer you find here by multiplying is the same answer here. Milliliters and cubic centimeters are the same. And if it's water, each milliliter of water weighs 1 gram. So milliliters of water and grams are equal. The only math you have to do, so this answer, cubic centimeters, is equal to milliliters, is equal to grams because it's water. To go from grams to kilograms, we need to divide by 1,000 or move the decimal point 3 hops. I've basically given you all the answers. You need to do a little bit of work. I hope this helps. Zoom in if you have questions to any of my class periods, and I'll help you out for those hybrids at home. And for those of you working in school, get ahead, and then you won't have work to worry about on Friday or the weekend. Again, each of these slides is a day. Today's slide was slide 1, Thursday's is slide 2, Friday's is slide 3. The whole batch is due Sunday. Good luck, and I hope this helps.